The Doctor is in trouble. The Stephen King adaptation Dr. Sleep, which functions as a direct sequel to Stanley Kubrick's classic The Shining, tanked at the box office over Veterans Day weekend. The only thing resembling a silver lining, it wasn't alone. The movie, which adapts King's 2013 novel of the same name, arrived in theaters with a sterling pedigree. It was directed by Mike Flanagan, who was at the helm of the excellent Gerald's Game, a Netflix original which ported over another of the master's works to the screen. King himself gave Dr. Sleep a ringing endorsement, and a great many horror fans consider The Shining to be among the greatest fright flicks of all time.
Here's Johnny!
All of these things considered, the story of a now adult Danny Torrance still coming to terms with his unique powers, and the harrowing events which took place during his childhood stay at the Overlook Hotel, was expected to clean up to the tune of $25 to $30 million domestic. Shockingly, it came nowhere close to that total, pulling in an absolutely anemic $14.1 million at the stateside box office. It was a disheartening development for studio Warner Brothers, as good reviews and word of mouth weren't nearly enough to prop up Dr. Sleep. The movie was kept out of the weekend's top spot by Roland Emmerich's historical drama Midway, which has received mixed to negative critical notices and claimed victory with a $17.5 million haul, which itself is not exactly impressive. Considering that September's It Chapter 2 underperformed pretty severely for the studio compared with its 2017 predecessor, the failure of Dr. Sleep could be indicative of a trend, the beginning of the end of the King Renaissance, which has seen such properties as The Mist, Mr. Mercedes, Pet Sematary, and In the Tall Grass successfully adapted for screens large and small in just the last few years. A slew of additional King adaptations are currently in the works, including television series based on The Stand and Lizzie's Story, and feature films based on Salem's Lot, The Long Walk, and From a Buick 8. It should be said that Dr. Sleep might have had a bit more success if moviegoers hadn't inexplicably decided to stay away from the theater altogether over the weekend. A little quick math reveals that the top two movies of Veterans Day weekend 2019 only managed about a $32 million domestic haul. And when we compare and contrast with the same weekend in recent years, the difference is downright eye-popping. Consider that during the same frame in 2018, Universal and Illumination's animated feature The Grinch topped the box office with a whopping $67.6 million gross, more than twice the total that Dr. Sleep and Midway combined for. The Freddie Mercury biopic Bohemian Rhapsody came in second during that frame with $31.2 million, a respectable total that this year's top two just barely managed to eclipse. In 2017, the top spot went to Thor Ragnarok with a $57.1 million haul, and the second and third spots were filled by Daddy's Home 2 with $29.7 million and Murder on the Orient Express with $28.7 million. It's plain to see that in each of the last 2 years, audiences were all about heading out to the multiplex over Veterans Day weekend, and this year, that trend hit a brick wall. As noted by The Hollywood Reporter, even Paul DeGarabedian of Comscore, an analytics company which provides marketing data to media and advertising firms, remarked that this past weekend, quote, was like some weird alternative box office universe. Unfortunately, it was one in which Dr. Sleep, by most accounts a very good film and a very worthy sequel to The Shining, found itself stuck. Hopefully, the flick's jaw-droppingly weak performance will turn out to be a fluke, as year-to-date box office revenue is trailing significantly behind last year despite the stunning success of flicks like Joker, which is now the most profitable comic book movie ever, and Avengers Endgame, which is simply the highest-grossing film in history. With such potential smashes such as Frozen 2 and Star Wars Episode 9 The Rise of Skywalker still to come, it's certainly not too late for 2019 to turn it around. But as far as Dr. Sleep goes, we're calling the time because the patient has no pulse. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more Looper videos about your favorite stuff are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.